Taliban, who have overrun Afghanistan and disenfranchised half of its population, are seeking to represent Kabul at the United Nations. The outrageous bid for Kabul's UN seat by the Taliban, which has proscribed terrorists in its leadership ranks, came after the group nominated Sohail Shaheen as Afghanistan's so-called new ambassador to the United Nations. A report.
As world leaders discuss the future of Afghanistan at the United Nations General Assembly this week, the group that currently holds power in Kabul is conspicuously absent. The Taliban wants to change that despite concerns from the United States and others. Barely a month after Taliban took over Afghanistan's capital city Kabul, the group has written to the United Nations seeking a seat at the General Assembly. The Taliban wants its envoy to address the annual United Nations General Assembly's high-level meeting of world leaders, and the group has nominated their Doha-based spokesperson Sohail Shaheen as Afghanistan's so-called representative. Currently, the UN ambassador representing Afghanistan, Ghulam Isakzai, is scheduled to address the final day of the General Assembly. The Taliban has said it wants international recognition and financial help to rebuild the war-battered country, but the makeup of the new Taliban government poses a dilemma for the UN. Several of the interim ministers are on the UN's blacklist of international terrorists and funders of terrorism.
Currently, the Taliban represents a government that is not at all inclusive. There are many ethnicities, there are many communities, there are many political factions that have been kept out. And until such a time, the government in Kabul becomes more and more inclusive, I don't think there is any chance of the world community recognizing the Taliban so that they can come and take Kabul's seat at the United Nations. One or two countries or three or four countries may recognize the Taliban, possibly Pakistan, possibly Qatar, possibly China. But broad-based recognition enabling Taliban to take Afghanistan's seat at the United Nations at this point in time looks very unlikely to me.
No country in this world has so far recognized the sketchy administration in Kabul, whose representatives openly carry heavy automatic weapons into office. The response on social media to the Taliban's request was quick and cutting. If they want representation at the UN, they should try sending a woman. The Taliban has virtually disenfranchised women in Afghanistan by resorting to medieval practices, curtailing, among other things, like free movement and employment. Some Afghan girls have returned to their primary schools with gender-segregated classes, but older girls have faced an anxious wait with no clarity over if and when they would be able to resume their studies.
مکتبای پسران باز شده ولی از دخترها باز نشدن به خاطر که اینا میگن که دخترها حق اجازه ندارن که درس بخوانن، در حالی که دختران امروز دختران 25 سال پیش نیستن. دختران از 25 سال پیش تا امروز تحولات و پیشرفت‌های چشمگیری داشتن. بنابراین هدف ما این هست که مکتب‌ها شروع بشه، چرا که ما هدف‌های زیادی داریم. ما 10 سال زحمت کشیدیم، درس خواندیم و دوست داریم که دوباره ادامه تحصیل بدیم و دوباره تحصیلات ادامه بدیم.
When the Taliban ruled Afghanistan during 1996 to 2001, they lacked international support. Only 3 countries recognized them. 2 of them, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, later withdrew their recognition over the Taliban's patronage of Al-Qaeda. Only Taliban's friend, philosopher and guide Pakistan continued to back their regime. Once again, Taliban are making moves to get international recognition, and Pakistan is making every possible endeavor to mainstream their terror group. Recently, the SAARC meeting was also cancelled when Islamabad insisted that Taliban be allowed to send its representative to the summit.
To gain some legitimacy for the Taliban in some grouping or the other, as a pathway to getting more broad-based recognition, so that they are recognized as the regime in Afghanistan. So these gains from Afghanistan on the part of Pakistan on behalf of the Taliban, they will occur. As to how far they will be successful, I think that depends on how representative Taliban makes itself. In the current form, this government does not get international recognition. The form in which it will get international recognition means that Pakistan's influence will come to an end.
Recognition brings governments a lot of international legal benefits. That includes diplomatic immunities, for example, which means Taliban leaders can travel to outside the country without the risk of getting arrested. There are other benefits too, like if the US recognizes the Taliban, they can eventually get access to Afghanistan's assets in the United States. Until there is clarity within the international community on the recognition of the government, common Afghans are caught in the middle of the debate.